Just starting the finals in our Week 1 Masters Tournament for the prize pool of $50. Map number 1 is indeed Daybreak. As I was stated earlier, it is a best of 5. And spawning in the bottom left position, we have our purple Zerg, Kaiser's Oz. And in the top right position, we have our red Protoss, VIP.
Do you know, I'm going to assume that you have not seen The Usual Suspects?
No, I have not.
The final guy, like the ring leader, his name is Kaiser Sose.
Oh, Kaiser Sose.
Yeah, he just with like the capital O, and just it's a little bit odder to read, I guess.
I was gonna say Kaiser's Oz because the capital O's kind of threw me off. But we'll have to check out that movie. Absolutely.
We'll actually watch that tomorrow. That is a sick movie.
Cool.
Game number 3. I'm actually really happy. I've been saving. I have a purple Drank Rockstar.
Nice.
I'm so happy that we're starting game 1 with a purple Zerg. I'm gonna be super biased to game 1 because I'm having my purple Drank rooting for Kaiser Sose, my purple Zerg homie.
Nice. I can get behind that.
You know what I can't get behind? This drone scout. What are you doing, man? Doing?
I mean, it's possible that he was watching the last game where he cannon rushed his opponent. But I mean, seeing the Forge early on isn't going to mean anything.
Yeah, but at least he knows from the games, like just last game, that VIP can cannon rush like a boss.
Yes, he can. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I fancy myself a pretty good cannon rusher, but damn.
He's actually just going to put his drone in position.
Yes!
Oh, he puts the hatchery in the natural of his opponent. No Forge in position to be able to deal with this either. This is going to be costly.
I feel that my money bet on Kaiser Soze was brilliant. Gateway cannon coming down right now. Probably going to be pylon blocking, but
he should. He definitely should. The probe was selected, but it is not. And he may. Oh wait, no, he does micro it.
But Zerg doesn't have the money to put this down anyway. He's just going through the motions, trying to get Protoss to maybe waste some money not defending against the hatchery.
And the pylon is down. The Forge is going to be finishing in about 5 seconds, but it's going to be another 45 seconds before the cannon is up.
And then how much time do we have? Oh, there's a cancel.
And he's going to drop
a
chamber there instead.
Further delays. And then if I don't...
Which is actually very economic for him.
Is it going to finish?
He could.
It'll finish.
Because it's only 75 minerals. It's not a big deal at all. 750 hit points for 75 minerals.
Yeah, not bad. And then
how many hit points does the engineering bay have?
850.
850? Okay, yep. So I'd say Evolution Chamber is even better.
Well, yeah, because it gets you the broodlings. I think that's its only true.
And it's not gonna 50 minerals cheaper, but you do need to drop the hatchery first to get the creep out.
And you do lose the drone. All right, so the third is going to be blocked, and Evolution Chamber is broken, and there are. What are the broodlings doing? Broodlings are attacking the pylon. Do they? Oh, they don't get the cannon.
No, they don't get the cannon. They don't even get the shields down. Partly just because of the surface area that wasn't achievable, just with the positioning of the cannon. Nexus is finally going down. The 2 hatcheries. I think the overall result of that was not in anybody's favor. Maybe in a little bit in Kaiser's. But for the most part, everything has just been delayed, just a little bit. Everybody being thrown off on their timings a little bit. VIP has not yet thrown down his gases that he needs to be mining from. The Cybernetics core is not down. Also, just getting that down in the next couple of seconds while the probe is into position. And getting that wall completely set up. Going to be sending this Zealot out to go do some scouting and find out what his opponent is up to after such a crazy opening.
I'm kind of curious as to how often Kaiser Sose does that, or he's just being like, all right, this is game 1.
I'm gonna throw this guy through a loop.
But I now know that if I do a 13 drone scout and see that my opponent is going for Nexus first, I can do that sort of delay.
Yep.
More or less based on how this game goes, I'm gonna decide whether that is a good idea.
But he also got kind of lucky in the fact that he did go for that 16 Nexus. Because if he had the Forge ready...
What does he do if the Forge is ready? Does he I
remember,
I used to put a hatch every game in my Protoss' opponent's main and just try to force a cannon in their main and be like, there's extra money you didn't want to spend.
it's the same way with me. If I go into a Zerg base and I don't see a spawning pool, I see a hatch first. If I have the forge ready, I will drop a cannon because it's gonna cost them the mining time, and yeah, and it's generally gonna be in my favor, so long as the cannons are in a nice position and all that stuff.
Yeah, oh, DTs. Nice, nice. It's not wasting any time. Forge expand with an IDT. They're like, why DT? Fantastic. Taking the farther away because he knows that Overlord is going to be perched there. For those of you Zergy buddies who did not know, that Overlord has his little pedestal where he can see the gas quite easily. Is checking for the third base, also has an Overlord in the north at his potential next fourth base to see if any proxy pounds go there, because that is a common location to see them as well. Kaiser is putting down the Roach Warren, NG Bay, or not NG Bay, Evolution Chamber, Zergling Speed, Lair, getting all the things. He needs to unsupply block himself, actually. Because once those roaches start pouring out, he is going to need a ton of money, ton of larvae, ton of supply. But Proxy Pylon is being warped in, going to be going up to 4 gateways and having the DTs. Talk to me about DTs, Sam. Talk to me about DTs.
One behind, duck shot. Nothing else needs to be said. Proxy pylon in position. Not a whole lot of detection for our Zerg buddy. Overseer is getting morphed in at the natural. At the natural at the Protoss base. These gateways should be finishing right now. And Lair Tech is finished. But the Evos are indeed not down, actually. So the only means of detection is going to be those... Oh wait, no, there is an Evo chamber now, so
and
the Sport Prowler will be...
And DT Shrine. The Overseer is like, oh man, my detection is seeing what needs to be detected. DT number 1 coming in. DT number 2... No, probe number 1. Alright, DT number 1 coming into the third of Zerg.
Just go straight for the base. I don't know if this is wise, actually, because this... Well,
base is dead.
The base is dead. So are those DTs. Yeah.
I'd say
Second
that.
DTs for a base. Maybe even getting the queen here. Nope, he's actually just going to move away and try to split up that army as much as possible. If he can send one to the main and one to the natural, force that Overseer to kind of split up, would be awesome.
One
DT does get out of there with just a little bit of HP. Yep. Overseer is on his case, but it may get a few free drone kills. Just to lay that gas, just on the off chance that he won't put any workers on his gas. Forcing his opponent to kind of reorganize himself a little bit. Put a little bit more effort into the stabilization of his base.
Doing the standard double expand after you lose your third, then you get your macro hatch. You're like, all right, no problem. We'll recover.
But at the same time, VIP is getting his own base up with a lot of. He's getting +2. He's getting blink. He's getting Robotech behind this, and the DCs have actually bought him the time that he needed to actually get those static defenses up, and it's going to be a lot easier to defend this third now.
I think that Protoss players should steal the cannon and building placement at the third from VIP. That is awesome.
Yeah,
link and run bys are never going to be a problem just because they're not like they need to surround for an extended period of time to kill these cannons.
Yep, and they can't do any harassment in the mineral line because they'll just die.
Oh,
nice force field on that ramp. There's very nice awareness as to where his opponent's army is. At
be able to slip out though.
Yep, they should be able to slip through, but there's not enough. Taking down the destructible rocks for later use, so that he has to use more force fields every time he goes up there. Nice amount of sentries from VIP, going to be able to hold that just fine.
Kaiser's not behind. No, Kaiser's behind, and he's going to need to like hold an attack with infestors only. He's gonna have there's no way he's gonna have his broodlords out in time to hold any sort of 3-base timing that VIP chooses to go for. More DTs doing more damage into the natural. We just heard it die right over there. How many drones actually have been killed? Only 7.
Not too many.
Not too shabby.
Killing the base was a big deal. Just putting his opponent behind economically, denying all those mineral patches, forcing him to do some either long distance mining or oversaturating his natural. Neither which are fun.
Hive is coming down, but no real economy to support that there, Hive. He does have 70 drones, but I just they're like
that
the gas that there have. But he doesn't have the gas income right now. Just now taking his 5th and 6th gas, and is gonna need his 7th and 8th. if he's
Mhm.
any sort of hope of really utilizing that hive tech. +3 also coming down from
Do you
Protoss.
think he's going to be going for ultras here, or just 3-3, or what's the plan?
He's just researching +1 right now, so he has no
I know.
hopes of getting 3-3 anytime soon. Actually, I think he's just gonna die. That's a lot of... He's gonna have an insane drone count, but his army's gonna be so weak, and I guess that's the risk he's taking. He's like, well, I'm behind, I gotta do something here. 91 drones. God damn. Is throwing down some spines, does see the observer, has vision of it. And he also has, what is it? The Numanized Carapace Overlord speed. So those overseers are extraordinarily quick.
Getting around the map all the time.
And he's, like, amazingly supply blocked. Like, super supply blocked.
Yep. Got a lot of free overlord kills. How did that even happen?
Just well spread, and there was a clump in the center. I think there's a DT coming from the 4th in the north, coming down into the 3rd base. Yep, it is.
Two spine
there.
crawlers going down. No detection at the 3rd, so we may get a few free kills.
I think he just forgot to put down the Spire. This DT is going to be getting some kills, though. Gonna be
Oh, he did forget to put down the spire. That's so unfortunate. Not what he needs at this point in the game.
Yeah. But, decent spine wall coming up.
Yep. Getting rid of the over amount of drones that he had before.
A DT in the 5th base, or at least
Yep.
trying to do some sort of damage. And here's another push.
Happening. Yep,
This
a
is
nice Protoss push happening at 164 supplies. Supplies are actually even right now, which is the best time to attack when you're Protoss, especially when a lot of that supply for the Zerg is indeed just drones.
Yeah. What is his actual... some roaches, some lings, but yeah, it is just a drone army.
If you look at the army supplies, VIP is actually ahead by 20.
Wow.
But that's not counting all the spine crawlers that he has.
Yeah. So, this is going to be the battle of the pre-hive hold.
The pre-hive
Right.
hold, he should have actually been morphing in Brood Lords right now had he timed that Spire nicely, which is really
Yeah.
unfortunate for him because this would be such an easy hold.
I wouldn't go that far. That is a scary army, heavily upgraded here. Nice fungals to delay. Just trying to buy himself as much time as possible. Knows that he needs just a few more minutes to produce the army required. He's actually down on supply right now as this battle's going on. Just tearing through the spine crawler wall. Not allowing himself to get flanked, trying to take up. But Kaiser's army is looping around for the flank, taking out one of the proxy pylons, but that is still a large Protoss army actually ahead of supply, trying to do a counterattack.
Oh, might get a free Colossus here.
No, he's just running away. Oh no, deciding to head back.
Colossus might even just take care of all those Zerglings single-handedly. With the Stalker splitting off, taking care of those roaches, no problem. Nice wall of cannons. He's just going to scout for the 4th base and just hope to buy himself enough time to get Broodlords out. Greater Spire is going to be finished about 10 seconds here. And then it's going to be another minute before he has Broodlords actually on the field and ready to go.
Protoss is maxed, +3 attack, Warp Prism, Fleet Beacon. But I think this push is just going to be too much for Kaiser to hold, and we're going to be going into game number 2. There's a counterattack going on, so it's kind of like a base race, but one that Zerg is never going to win.
Come on. 9 Broodlords are being morphed in at the 3rd. It'd be an epic hold if he could actually make this work. He has a couple of fungals that could actually lock down a good amount of the army,
This
but
would
I mean,
be an epic hold.
yeah, so epic. Greater Spire is going to fall, so no more reinforcements. A Void Ray coming out, but I don't think it's going to matter. Aggressive Blink underneath,
Yep.
taking out those
Focusing down
Broodlords
the
one by one. Able to literally one-shot those Broodlords for a time there until the Stalker numbers were dropping.
3 blink.
I mean, with the death of those Broodlords is going to be the death of Kaisers.
Kaiser Sose did not make it into the next round. Or did not win game number 1.
Definitely made it in the next round, and there's the GG.
He's definitely finished top 2.
Yes, he has silver medal, no matter what.
Gangsta.
And we're just gonna get the map from Kaiser, and yep. And we'll be back. Welcome back, guys. We're just going into game number 2 in the finals in this Master Tournament. 2 of these players duking it out for the $50 prize pool and all the glory. So, spawning in the left-hand position, we have our Red Protoss taking game number 1 very decisively. It is VIP. And over in the top right position, we have our Purple Zerg. And he's actually proved himself very well as we followed him in the semis. He's got some skills behind him. It's just a matter of making it happen.
What do you think?
Kaiser Zose. Gotta say his name.
What do you think the defining moment of the last game was? Like, where did Zerg dip down?
It was definitely the DTs taking down the base, but I mean, after, on top of that, it was the Protoss getting the base up while that was happening. Just allowing that base to go up and falling behind so far economically.
DTs are deadly. It's this awkward feeling that I get from playing Protoss. You're just like, well, I did really well that game and all of my timings were awesome because my opponent was so unbelievably unprepared for DTs that I was so far ahead that almost anything I would do would be really good.
Yep, it's true. And they really are like kind of a make or break kind of unit. Like, if they are ready for them, you are literally just dumping your money into nothing. You're dumping them into this black hole that you're never going to get it back from.
As a side note, did you play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did, way back when. I remember you were awesome at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Remember Black Hole?
Was that the thing that killed... Was that the thing that just killed all of your opponent's units?
It killed everything.
Just everything? Okay.
Like, it was like, what's on the board now? No.
Nothing.
Try again.
Did it have the traps too, or was it just the units?
No, it's just a magic card. So you'd like start your turn, your opponent would like blow away your best unit, and you'd be like, all right, how about no? Like, I summon my 15th Blue Eyes White. No.
Didn't you have that that Egyptian dude that you just like? He has like 5 pieces, and if you get all of them, you just win.
Yeah, that was my strategy. My deck was like, throw away your hand, like take out a card from the graveyard, draw 2 more cards. I had like Pots of Greed.
Yeah.
I had a 40-card deck where most of it was like defensive 4-star monsters and grab more cards from your hand.
Yeah. Until you could just get those 5 pieces and just auto win. It's like building a wonder.
You're like,
You built the wonder. You turtled up and you built the wonder, and then you won.
I'm down 2,000 life.
I shook my fist.
Just there against your screen. No. That was rude. This is
what is I literally shook my fist whenever I said it. I shook my fist. And I shook my fist in disapproval.
Alright, actually talking.
Is in position to block the drone at the third. If you could deny this for even just a few more seconds without spending any money, it would be nice. Ling run by is going to go. It's happening. Cannon is going to finish as this moves in. Nice positioning on those probes, just mining on the far side, not allowing the Zerglings to get any free kills. Third base is going to go down for the Zerg, and the gateway is going to finish.
You mentioned no free kills?
No free kills. Yeah, no, I lied.
No, he got one.
He got a free kill.
My question to you is, what do you like better, walling off like this with the ramp, or walling off with the main ramp, or walling off with the natural ramp? What do you think is... Where do you stand?
This is definitely the safer way to do it in the short term, but in the long term I just like having the advantage of the ramp. So if I'm feeling especially greedy, I will go for the ramp. It's kind of hard to wall off. Like, you need to get I think it's a total of 3 of like the standard structures, like a gateway or a forge or a cyber. They're all kind of the same size, and then you need a pylon as well, and then you have 1 hole. So it takes a long time to actually get it all up. But
I think
this
there's going to be one of the
cannon
more
rush.
amazing cannon rushes. This is another great position to cannon rush.
Oh,
the
but he
queen
actually
is
gives it up and he gets out of there. Yeah, the queen's ready, and he's ready to take out the things. That was just a little bit too late.
But nice position. Like VIP must be like, all right, so where do I cannon him? Because I know at the top of the Zerg Natural, you can also make like the structures in such a way that they just cannot be hit. And actually, we have a Stargate coming out of VIP, something we haven't seen all tournament, and not out of, well, at least we haven't seen it out of him. He might have done it in one of his earlier round matches.
This is entirely possible. Not even getting his gas from the other 2 guys in his natural, so it's going to be something light, probably just a Void Ray and 2 Phoenix. Just get some harassment done, take the map control back, and yeah, snipe those free overlords, and maybe get a few free queen and drone kills. Sending these Zealot Stalker out to go do some harassment, and again, just clear up that map control and take it while you still can.
Yeah, just before speed, and Kaiser actually got really late speed last game. I wonder if he just forgot or had other priorities. Was able to sneak a probe out, so good on him.
Yep. Oftentimes I will do that, just send out that harassment to keep the vision of the Zerg away from that Xel'Naga, which allows me to slip a probe by.
Oh, but the probe is actually gonna, is it gonna try and sneak a base underneath the Overlord?
He might have seen it. He had vision of it. I don't know if he actually saw it. He was like in the range of the vision of the Overlord for just a second, but I think
I guess
he's
just
the way.
Checking expos?
Yeah, this is possible.
Seems a little bit early, but might as well. Maybe he's like, well, every 5 minutes I check. Kaiser has had a little bit of, oh, what is going down? Double proxy pylon. Oh, just going to be using the Void Ray to warp in.
Yes, getting that +1 at the same time should be a very nice timing.
This is very dangerous.
Oh, and he doesn't even have a link speed. He's seen the Stargate, so he's getting a lot of sport crawlers ready, but I don't think he's ready for the Gateway Army.
Yeah, no, he's building all drones right now. There's going to be attack at the front, attack at the main.
Yeah, he's gonna hit this side, and then probably with the Stargate, or not the Stargate, the Void Ray, he should be able to warp in on the high ground. So here we go.
Battle commences.
Battle commences. Sniping that proxy pylon almost right away, but in the meantime, the forces are being morphed in on this right-hand side. His forces are completely committed to taking out this. He's actually moved the Zergling so far away that it's not even defending his bases anymore. Able to snipe a queen with 2 of those stalkers, but he's going to decide not to and just move back.
Yeah,
and
the third is being defended.
In the meantime, all of the drones in the main are just dying. It is a slaughter. If you look at the workers killed tab, he's gotten 12 worker kills, no problem. Able to snipe the Voider is actually there just for positioning to get those units up there, but it is going to get a free Roach Warren, just, you know, because nothing can shoot up except for the Sport Crawlers.
It's going to be pure Ling against
Zealot. And Kaisers is just going to call GG.
Wow,
takes game 2 so decisively.
Wow.
That's got to be frustrating.
That's a sick build, and that was after the failed cannon rush.
Yeah, that was just I think I'd say it's mostly attributed to delayed reaction time on the harassment from the third. Like, he really didn't do anything about it for a long time. He was really microing intensively that main engagement that was happening at his third. And then by the time he realized what was happening, half of his drones were dead.
Yeah, that's the name of that game. Guys, we'll be right back, just setting up game number 3. And starting off game number 3.
Number 3.
Kaiser Soze versus VIP. VIP are Blue Protoss spawning in the south. Actually up 2 games right now. This is match point for him. If he wins this game on Ohana, he will be the proud owner of 50 shiny dollars, courtesy of the Sticky Flames one and only Luke Cosmic. But Kaiser Soze, if he has anything to say about it, is going to be laying down the pain train from the Zerg in purple.
Nice.
In the movie, Kaiser Soze was the first person to get arrested. I would like to say that. So maybe he just likes to play from behind, true to his namesake.
Does he make a huge comeback in the movie?
Magnificent. Just,
Okay,
I
cool.
can't say anything more without
Okay.
having
Okay.
mind being blown.
Like even having that in my mind, like while watching the movie, is gonna be like, okay, this guy's gonna make a crazy comeback. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be a comeback.
And as it is not a cast without me, that movie is very Kanye.
For those of you who don't know, that movie balls so hard, because that is the only Kanye lyric that Swanson has ever heard and will ever know. So if you ever hear him make that reference,
I want to know.
that's all he needs to know. That's the only thing he needs to know. A little bit of probe harassment coming out. I'm just gonna take the mouthful of minerals and go home, because he's like, yeah, these are mine. And now you're behind.
Like it's like my late game gas steal.
Yeah.
That's where you come in, build an assimilator, and then mine whatever it is for gas, and then leave. Probe drone doing their dance, and again, just VIP being like, I'm gonna go Nexus first, man.
Yup.
That's how I do. That's how I do.
Yeah. He denied the hatchery from coming down, and then he just left. Because he just had like the sixth sense that his opponent did not have the money to do so. Maybe it's just because he wasn't microing it so effectively. It's possible.
What are the possibilities? Could
Possibilities?
also, yep, possibilities.
Possibilities.
Could be just definitely because he went Nexus first. He's like, please do expand.
That's possible.
Because I know sometimes I impulsively all in. Like if both of my hatcheries are blocked, I'm like, well, I'm gonna just all in from here.
Yeah.
Call that a Tate next.
So, a couple of links coming out. No scout from VIP just yet. Is he completely walled off?
I think so, actually.
Yes,
yeah.
he is. He's he might actually have a small choke up in the top right of his ramp. But I'm not 100% sure. It looks like you could plug that up with a zealot, but I'm not, once again, completely sure.
We can check soon, but Kaiser is checking his third base, making sure there's no sort of shenanigans as VIP has shown himself to cannon rush epically. But again, it would lay with his style to not do it on this map, as there's no cutesy like cannon placement to go where it can only be attacked by nothing.
Mm-hmm. And he is going to go for that scout and see the third base and go home.
With the full wall-in, is he going to be going for Stargate or Tech, or is he going to be breaking down his rocks?
Yeah, on this map it's kind of hard to say because you do have this full rocks for whenever you do like decide that you want to move out. I'm actually gonna watch for this probe if it does decide to go back into his base. It may just slip in, but we shall see. Moment of truth. Does he have a full wall? Yep. There's a little hole right there. He could very easily plug that up with a zealot. But yeah, you could very viably completely just wall yourself off here and be fine because you can just break down those rocks whenever, especially if you're going for kind of a more defensive play. Just break down the rocks, have a decent-sized army, and then go expand with the smaller force that you do have.
Oh, that's so sad. The Zerglings on the bottom of the ramp are actually just watching the Queen kill it. There they go. Now they've decided to help out. +1 warp gate, as well as a robo coming down, all in that natural. More or less, Artosis pylon.
More or less.
More or less. I know the one at the top powers a cannon as well, but all the tech is powered by the one. Just gonna be pure drones coming down. Even on the drone count right now, but Zerg is gonna be catching up. Or not catching up, pulling ahead with the next bunch of warpins coming down. Kinda curious, because Kaiser's gonna need to try something new. Like when you've been trying your standard and you've lost 2 games in a row, it's kinda disheartening. He just needs to get a
But
faster
that's
Zergling speed. He gets this layer.
yeah,
first
he does get it
time.
very, very delayed. He has some strange gas timings that I've noticed actually. He'll get the one and then I'll get the other one much, much, much later, which might actually attribute to why he gets his link speed so much later because he's just worrying about other things. But anyway, like you were saying earlier, the idea of him wanting to try something new because his standard is not working, like that's it seems like the good thing to do, but I mean, I feel like the smartest thing to do is just stick to what he knows, because if he's experimenting in the finals of a tournament game, where if any game that he loses means that he is out of the tournament for good, it's a risky situation to be in.
That's very true. Yeah, and it actually looks like FP is just going to rely on his Immortal Sentry push. They are very good.
Yeah, even if you know it's coming, it's still very hard to stop.
But not so much on this map. This is actually a very wide open ramp. Like, if they come down the ramp from the 4th into the 3rd, it's just never going to happen. The surface area from Zerg is too ridiculous. Anything actually out in the open, Zerg has the space and maneuverability to just kind of envelop and get a full 360 surround.
I think, but on the flip side of that, just the fact that Ohana is a 2 spawning map, it's a very small map, and I mean, with that Immortal Sentry push, you do need to wait for those Immortals to get across the map. You can't wait for the rest of your things to just warp in and just be like ready to go right away. I think ideally for the way that VIP is going to want to engage here is just get up onto the ramp and then just force field off and then worry about the other ramp like once he can get over there. The rocks are indeed already broken down because Kaisers is a good guy and a good player at that. And yeah,
good player. Just all around straight up G.
And once again, he is going to be getting that Warp Prism. 4 sentries morphing in, all of his gas is saturated as it needs to be. And if he pulls this off in just 4 Warp Gates, I'm going to be just extremely impressed.
But looking at his money, that's about all he can really afford.
Yeah, no, he's investing a lot of his money into Warp Prism. A Warp Prism is 200, each Immortal is 250, and all of his gas, 100 gas per Immortal, 100 gas per sentry. La-di-da-di-da.
Oh, these lings are going to be nice into the delay. Maybe for some force fields.
No, they don't actually.
Wow.
They are going to see the Warp Prism though, so it is going to give him a bit of a heads up as to what is coming.
11 roaches on the way, but he got down the ramp.
This is actually what killed him last time, is him to split up his army, and then it needing to react like accordingly, and it just didn't happen last game. This is a very nice position for the Zerg to engage right now if he has the forces to do so. 17 roaches in production right now.
Needs to go now.
Yep.
Like, the force fields are going to be quite nice. Using that pylon.
Oh, getting a decent surround with those Zerglings though. Managing to slip by those force fields and get a nice amount of surface area on those Stalkers and Sentries. Most of the energy is indeed burned from the Sentries right now. Those Immortals dealing tons of damage to those to all those Roaches and Queens. It's looking fairly close. I mean, I feel like the Zerg is going to be able to reinforce much more quickly, and it's going to have to force this back, but he is going to pull back, and he may be able to snipe a base or at least a few Overlords.
But he did get rid of the Warp Prism. Those Immortals deal so much damage. Here's round 2 coming in, continuing the Warp. It's nice transfuse to try and save a Roach, get it another bit of damage coming down. Focus firing down the Immortals, continuing to rally in, but there might just be too much Protoss.
Manages to take out the Queen. He's forced to pull back once again.
Yeah, and VIP's done it. His push is successful. That's
Yeah,
good.
no, there's no stopping this at this point. Another 6 Roaches are in production, but I mean the Warp-ins are continuous. Proxy Pylons being reinforced very heavily. He has 3 fallback Proxy Pylons should this one fall.
He did go up to 7 gates, so this wasn't done on 4.
Okay, no, there's no way. I was gonna say. That was, wait, so that was an all-in? No, it was just 4 gates.
No, that's all in is all.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Sarcasm, sarcasm.
Oh. I just want to point out that Protoss all-ins is good. Yeah, it's when he technically attacked from 2 angles, but Protoss was up against the wall and
Yep.
the
Was able
force
to get
fields
some
were
nice
too nice.
force.
Kaiser fighting the good fights, but Stalkers are pewing the good pew. Now, if Kaiser was in fact Stefano, I think he might come back with you. Just because that's the kind of guy he is. But yeah, this even in supply, but Roaches, no.
Is on +1 attack finally. Getting that +2 attack, but our Protoss is on 1-1 because he just started the +1 armor as he moved out. And it's been that long since that attack started. So he gets that extra buff.
Yeah, picking off the creep tumors as well. So even if this doesn't, like even if this fails, the creep spread is 0.
Yeah, just another moral blow to his opponent. And yeah,
Guardian shield.
this Stalker Death Ball is getting a little bit out of control. Just the amount of roaches to the amount of Stalkers.
He's not even microing anymore.
Oh. Dropping the force fields and going for it.
Yeah, the force fields actually didn't do anything.
No, not at all. He like half set up a bull and there's the GG.
Yeah. Congratulations to VIP. You just won yourself $50 for playing the games.
And you played the games well. I'm assuming that Luca wants to come in here and tell you about all his amazing things that he wants you to check out.
That is fantastic, and I would also like to hear from Luca myself. He will be telling players how the money thing gets done. And yeah, that was actually really sick. I enjoyed all of our games today, actually.
Yeah, no, very, very solid tournament today.
Yeah, it's awesome. I had a good time. But yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, just gotta ask VIP to report the matches and help us end tournament brackets. Secondly, I hope he has PayPal, because PayPal is the method of choice for Sticky Flames to pay our winners. And as soon as I get his PayPal information, he can message me anytime in game. I will pay him right away. Because that's how we do things for Sticky Flames. We pay right after you win.
If he messaged him now, he could be paid within 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
I don't know how long PayPal takes.
PayPal's instant, from what I understand.
God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, guys, please come out on Thursdays for the Gold, Platinum, Diamond, and Mondays for Bronze, Silver, Gold. Yeah. Big shout out to Esports Canada. Shout out to Monster Cat for the awesome tunes for the in-between of the games. Thanks to all the players for coming out. Thanks for all the spectators for spectating.
For those Master players that are listening, our next Masters Challenge is already up on Zeek. It's going to take place August 29th. That's a Wednesday, not a Tuesday. And it's a bi-weekly tournament, so, you know, if we can get it to weekly, we will, but for now it's bi-weekly, and it's going to be taking place on Wednesdays in September.
If you want to sponsor a Masters Challenge, just let us know, and we will set that up for you. And what do you get for sponsoring a Masters Challenge? We will let you off to the games and send you the replays.
Nice. Nice. That's some next level stuff right there.
There you go.
So yeah, thanks again everybody for tuning in. Always check in on all our other tournaments. If you weren't able to participate in this one, we do, this Thursday we're going to be doing a Gold, Platinum, Diamond tournament. And on Mondays we do our Bronze, Silver, Gold tournament. And you can, I mean, I'm sure you can fit in there somewhere, unless you're Grandmaster and you have all kinds of tournaments that you can attend anyway.
Speaking
and if you're
of Grandmaster,
yep.
Want to let them know?
Yep, sure guys. On September 1st, that is a Saturday, we are going to be having a show match where it will be Complexity Rise versus Desro. I actually don't know Desro's team. Desro.
Oh, wow, I should know this. Anyway.
Yeah, but that'll be a PVZ of epic proportions.
Best of 7.
Best of 7 show match, yep. Winner of that will be our King of the Hill, and he will go on to play our next GM Scrub to try and take the title of King away from Dez. But yeah, for those of you who signed up today and did not actually end up playing your games, if you're going to sign up, please show up. That would be much appreciated.
Yep.
Thank you.
Also, feel free to check us out on Facebook.com/StickyFlames, Twitter @StickyFlames, and our partners, Esports Canada. You can check them out on Twitter @esports_Canada, and as well you can see them on Facebook at Facebook.com/EsportsCanada. If you like the music on the stream, you can check out all of Monster Cat's stuff at www.youtube.com/MonsterCatMedia. And our casters, if you guys want to pitch your stuff.
Yeah, in terms of being a caster, you can follow me on Twitter at @EnjoyRhythm, and you can follow my good buddy Swanson here at Jeezy Swanson. It's exactly the same as our SC2 tags.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks, and have a good night.
Have a
Yeah.
good night. Thanks for coming out.